You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling online and you see something hateful about Islam, and that fire just lights up inside you. That instinct to fight back, to defend our faith. But what if I told you that reaction is actually a trap? What if our anger is the very thing our enemies are counting on? Today, we're going to break down a whole new strategy for winning against online hate.
It's a really tough question, I know, but we have to ask it. Is all that righteous anger we pour into the comments section actually helping our cause? Or is it backfiring in a huge way that we just haven't seen?
So this brings us to what's really a social media trap. It's this cleverly designed system where our own totally justified anger gets turned around and used against us. The people making this hateful stuff, they're literally counting on our reaction because our reaction is their promotion. It's their fuel.
And look, that instinct, it comes from a good place. It really does. It comes from a deep love for our faith, a desire to stand for what's right. It's completely natural to want to jump in the comments, to share it and say, can you believe this? To expose all the lies. But this right here is exactly where the trap springs shut.
You see, here's the thing we have to understand. We're not just fighting a person in the comments. We're fighting an algorithm. And social media algorithms, they don't care if a post is good or bad, true or false. They only care about one single thing, engagement. And our angry reactions? Well, that's one of the most powerful forms of engagement there is.
Let's just walk through this vicious cycle, okay? So step 1, we see a hateful post. Step 2, we comment, we share, we argue, all out of anger. Now, here's the key. Step 3, the algorithm doesn't see anger or protest. It just sees clicks, comments, shares. It sees engagement. And what does it do with stuff that has high engagement? Bam, step 4, it pushes that post out to way more people. And the result? Step 5, the hater gets exactly what they wanted. Fame, notoriety, and we just became their free marketing team without even realizing it.
I mean, just look at this disconnect. It's crazy, right? Our intention is so pure. We want to defend Islam, expose the lies, and show our community's strength. But the actual result, thanks to how these platforms work, is the complete opposite. We end up promoting the hater, making their message louder, and turning them into a somebody.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? It's free publicity. Every angry share, every comment trying to debunk their nonsense, it's basically a free advertisement that we're running for them. We take these nobodies from the dark corners of the internet, and with our own hands, we make them famous.
Okay, so if reacting with anger is the trap, what's the alternative? This isn't about giving up or being passive, not at all. This is about being smarter. It's about shifting from fury to faith and embracing a path of wisdom that's deep within our own tradition.
And you know, our guide for this is right here in the Quran. This verse gives us the entire game plan. It teaches that the highest, most powerful response to ignorance isn't to get down in the mud with them. It's to rise above with dignity. Saying peace isn't weakness. It's a sign of incredible strength and self-mastery. And listen, this isn't some new social media trick we just came up with. This is the prophetic model. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he consistently faced the worst kind of aggression with sabr, this deep, profound patience, and with hikmah, which is wisdom. He showed us that real strength isn't in how loud you can shout back, but in how wise your response is. I mean, just think about his example for a second. When he was physically attacked in Taif, stoned until he bled, what did he do? He prayed for their guidance. After years and years of the worst kind of persecution in Makkah, he returned with forgiveness for everyone. He proved that dignified silence, that a measured response, is the most powerful answer to hate. All right, so we have the why, the spiritual foundation. Now let's get into the how. How do we actually turn this into a real, practical strategy for our social media feeds? Let's get into our action plan and see how we go from just reacting to being proactive.
So check this out. It's a whole new set of rules. On the left side, that's the trap we've been talking about. But on the right side, that's our new strategy. Instead of sharing their content, we ignore, report, and block. Instead of arguing in their comments, we focus on creating our own positive content. We stop feeding their fame and start building up our own community. It's a complete flip.
So let's break down the defensive side of things first. The goal here is super simple. Starve the fire. Don't give it any oxygen. First, and this is the hardest part, ignore it. No clicks, no views, no comments. Nothing. Second, report it silently. Use the platform's tools to flag it, but don't announce that you're doing it in the comments. Third, just block them. Get them out of your feed, protect your own peace of mind. And finally, if you see friends sharing this stuff, warn them privately. Send a DM saying, hey, don't engage, it's a trap.
But look, defense is only half the game. The proactive strategy, this is where we really win. Instead of putting all our energy into fighting their negativity, we invest that energy into building our own beautiful garden. We create content that shows the beauty, the justice, the mercy of Islam. We educate people and correct lies, but without ever mentioning the hater's name, so we don't give them any clout. We use these platforms to actually unite and strengthen our communities. We can completely change the algorithm in our favor.
And this all leads us to the real takeaway here. This strategy isn't just about winning some silly online argument. It's about demonstrating the true, undeniable strength of our faith.
You know, there's this really powerful idea that Islam's greatest strength has never, ever been aggression or force. It's always been tehzeeb, this idea of a refined character, of beautiful etiquette, of dignity. That is what has always won over hearts and minds, for centuries.
And that's why this is so important. Our akhlaq, our character, both online and offline, is the most powerful form of da'wah or invitation to our faith that we have. When people see Muslims responding to pure ugliness with beauty, responding to hate with wisdom, that is 1,000 times more compelling than any argument you could ever win in a comment section.
So here's the invitation. Join us in this campaign for wisdom. Share this explainer with your friends and family. Let's talk about this. And hey, in the comments below, why don't you share one idea you have for positive content? Let's commit to this new strategy and let's actually build a better online space together. And let's just leave it with this beautiful hadith. It reminds us of our true purpose. A believer is someone that other people find safety and security from. Our online presence should be a reflection of that. We should be the ones bringing peace and clarity and a sense of safety to a really chaotic digital world, not adding to the conflict.
So, the next time you're scrolling and you see that hateful post, the choice is yours. Are you going to spread their message for them? Or are you going to spread wisdom, beauty, peace? That choice, it really does have the power to change everything. Thanks for joining us.